some of the top business story we're filing for you at this time from our newsroom. Joining me now live as we take a critical look at these stories, and most importantly, the first story that made the headlines this morning is James Ezechukwu, the co-founder of SquirrelPR. Good morning, sir. Many thanks for joining us on the program.
Good morning.
All right, let me quickly ask you this question. What can you say is the rationale behind the Q2 2023 digital news ranking?
Okay, good morning. So, digital ranking, we look at the monthly volumes, we look at which cumulates into quarterly, we look at monthly volumes compiled per quarter. So we look at the volume of traffic coming from Nigeria, we look at how you're doing across your sphere, that is your particular area of focus. So those are the metrics we look at when we do this ranking. How many visits you got within the quarter, how many visits were from Nigeria, how many. So these are numbers we consider relevant to the audience we target to rank.
Okay, can you share with us the key indicators of this report? And now ranking is changing Nigeria's digital news platforms.
Okay, so a wise man once said, in God we trust, all other persons must bring data. So you could meet some platforms and they tell you we have 20 million impressions, we have this and that. And we do not see, sometimes you as a consumer in this sense, meaning someone in the PR space, someone in corporate communications who need to use these platforms for distribution. You do not have any source of verifying this information. So what we have based our ranking on through different engines, we collect your data, the data to these platforms. Let's say we're looking at Punch. So we look at how well is Punch doing, how many persons, how many visits. So what we look at basically, the major metrics we look at are monthly and average. Monthly visit and then average per quarter. And then again, we base our ranking above 5K. In our Q1 report, this is the second version, and the second edition, which is Q2. In our Q1 report, we pegged it at 5,000. So if you're up to 5,000, if you have up to 5,000 volume visits per monthly, then you're part of the ranking. But in this report, we raised the bar to about 50,000, so it's more relevant. So we're looking at platforms that across different categories, across entertainment, across news and current affairs, across lifestyle, platforms that have monthly, or at least quarterly volumes above 50,000. Excuse me.
Okay. All right. So let's talk. Do you still want to talk more on that?
Yes.
Submission.
Yeah, that's it for the metrics.
All right, good. So let's talk about metrics and key trends that determine performance. And also, what are the factors, will you say, contribute to the success of a digital news platform in Nigeria?
So over time, since the advent of internet, we have seen people move gradually away from traditional media. At least one in every 3 Nigerians have access to the internet. So the online news platforms become the primary source of information. Now, we can say the internet has aided that because we see platforms coming up, and then the advancement in digital transmissions. Multiple platforms. I'm talking with you right now from the comfort of my home, but we are live. So these are actually aided digital news platforms. We can go from can do live streaming. We can go outside, do voice pop and stuff. So there are a number of technological advancements that have helped the digital news platforms to do better. So what we have noticed is that most of the performing platforms have the resources to provide quality content. But it's not just enough for you to have a blog where you copy and paste, right? Do you have original content? Do you put in the work? So some of the platforms from our ranking, what we have seen is that some of the people who rank better are people with original content. Okay. I'm speaking with you right now, and this is original content, and you're not rebroadcasting a video you found somewhere. So for your platform to have that strength, that kind of effect you want it to have on the people, your listeners, your viewers, right? You need to come up with original content and have a program structure. Nothing is haphazard. I was supposed to come here at 10:30 and we are here live. Now, do we have, do your viewers or your target audience have a sense of your program design? Or do we just wake up one morning, we're talking about culture, tomorrow we're talking about blockchain? Can we say, okay, every Tuesday I want to tune into this platform, every Tuesday I want to check on this platform for certain bits of news? So this is what we have seen in platforms that rank higher. They have built reputation across industries, particularly the guys in tech. Take for example, Tech About. We have a number of platforms who offer general information. You're just everywhere. You're talking politics, you're talking economics, you're talking about that. But the guys who have really made impact are the people who have found a niche and focused on it, and then have proper structure that people can follow up with.
All right, good one there. But can you talk us through the performance of Nigerians' digital news platforms when compared to the developed countries?
That's a very interesting one. The world is now a global village. If this question was, say, around maybe in the 90s, then we can say some guys are doing. But these days, we have everyone have almost equal access, and the Nigerian news platforms are not doing bad at all. We actually doing better, fairly better than some of our contemporaries in the Western world. So take an example. We look at Punch, right? Now Punch did an average of about 40 million volume within the quarter. Now, if we are going to compare that with some of the other guys, let's look at New York Times or Philadelphia Inquiry. Now, some of these guys did between 2 million and 30 million, and Punch did about 40 million, which means we're actually doing better. And besides Punch, we have a Business Insider, some of the other guys who have done significant movers. So our platforms are doing very well. And the good thing is that most of these guys, the volumes are not just from Nigeria.
Okay.
Which means the digital news platforms are getting a lot of interest from across the world, which is a very fantastic improvement.
Okay. So you did make mention of the adoption, the advancement in technology, and if you come home here, you find out that Nigerians are really consuming and data online, and our internet penetration in the country is also at the increase. Now, the question for you now is, how are digital news platform generating traffic and content consumption potential in Nigeria? What can you say about this?
Like I said earlier, content is everything. Some will say content is king, and the content makers are the king makers thereof. So, the reason anyone would jump on IBrandTV is because they expect quality content. The reason anyone would wake up by 6:45 to tune on to channels is because you know you're going to meet this guy who is going to inform you. Your content needs to be informative. It needs to be educative. It needs to promote. A sense of you know what you're doing. You're not just everywhere. So this is one thing that has constantly improved. If you use the Punch in the early days of the Punch Mobile, right, you're going to struggle with navigating your way through that. But over time, you've seen improvements, and then the user experience continues to improve. And the platforms through which you dish out your content, you have a lot of them, right? It's not just your website. It's not just your blog. How well are you using YouTube? How well are you using Zoom? How well are you using these other streaming platforms that gives you that opening? So the more the merrier, and the more active you're on this platform, the better. Some of our media outlets, they're just good on the website, and then you go to check them out on Instagram and you find nothing. You check them out on Twitter, you don't find anything reasonable. So, but if you have all of these put together and you're accessible from different endpoints, it gives you a lot of traffic. This is what most Nigerian digital platforms are doing, and they're doing correctly, which is why we can have this conversation across the internet, and then people, you expect that, okay, the other viewers can also have access even after now.